It's your favorite time again. Doom scrolling Twitteroonies. First up, drop a coin on PumpFun, stream for 3 weeks, make $70,000 in fees, never do it again. Why not? Not gonna lie, crypto Twitter will forget in 4 days. So friends, this is a representation of the nihilism. So to be nihilistic is like you see, like, you know, everything's gonna die, everything's gonna end bad anyway. You've like given up on hope. You're not optimistic for the future. I mean, surprise, surprise, the business PMI data just came out 48.7, which now marks month number 34, Black Swan levels for us, okay? So it's not surprising of that. But yeah, it really is, friends. That's what it comes down to. People don't have a memory anyway. And it's not that they don't have a memory. They do have a memory. It's just everyone's in the casino and everyone's trying to make it. And they don't believe in anything. So the more they get into this habit of clicking and taking a bite of the cherry, the less they believe in anything. Because that's what happens, friends. You can't do the best of both worlds, okay? Like, you know this, right? You can't be the best womanizer going on all these dates, right? Hanging out with the ladies. You can't do that while simultaneously being an amazing family man, dedicated to your wife, spending all the time with your kids. You can't do both, but you can't do both, right? It was the same thing in markets and trading. You can't be amazing short-term and amazing long-term. Your brain power, you can't be a cookie cutter, friends. Rest in peace, Big Lenny. Let's get out the green candle for Mr. Big Lenny. Rest in peace, looking down on us from heaven. I'll never be a cookie cutter, Big Lenny, ever. No cookie cutters here. Cookies are for eating, not for cutting. And I'll never be a cutting device that'll cut a cookie. You have the whole cookie. Cookie cutters don't make it, friends. All right, so you now get to see it happening in real time. Agent Chud, 26 created coins. Boy, back in my day, you'd be excommunicated for this. So this is Mitch. Mitch, I think he's the founder of Retardio Coin. He's made 26 coins. He's made $31,000 in rewards. Friends, look, you got to understand, okay? There's always people who say, but Sammy, this is a good idea. Why don't you just go do this? Look, man. You sell your soul and then you lose your edge. That's why. That's why. You know? That's why. It's like saying, hey, you're a business guy. Why don't you go sell your assets, open up 3 strip clubs and 3 brothels? Why don't you run them full time? You could do that. You know what I mean? You could. You just don't want to. You don't want to hang around there. You know, you got to pay off the bikies. You got to make sure there's cameras. You got to make sure the girls don't steal money. You need a proper madam. Sometimes the girls don't rock up. Sometimes they've got mental health issues as well. You know what I mean? Then you got to make sure the girls don't get stalked by the guys. You see what I mean, friends? Like, you're going further down the rabbit hole. You're like, man, you can't be the best of both worlds, friends. You can't do that and then also, like, go home, spend time with your family, polish your squeaky chair, right? Wash the car with the kids, play Nintendo Wii with like your daughter, play the cute little tennis game. You don't have time to do all of that. You see what I mean? It's the same thing in markets, friends. You can't go be like a 15-minute trader candle dude and simultaneously be an amazing long-term holder. You can't do that. It would be nice if you could do that. Now, the thing is, you can do both, but you can't be amazing at both, okay? The good thing is, though, Bitcoin's growth rate is so good, right, and hopefully it continues, that if you're making profits in the short term, you can just keep stacking BTC. You don't have to think. Yeah, but what you end up finding out is, friends, a lot of people who do that short-term trading, they prematurely sell tops anyway. Because once you see everything in, like, you know, 5-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour daily candles, you see it on all the macro stuff. You don't have to believe me, and I don't really care. You know, just at one point, the race will be over. Okay? The baby dolls have won because we believed in something. Friends, but XRP, everybody's all in on XRP. Friends, I know random mechanics, plumbers, people work in random parts of the wedding industry. You know what I mean? Everyone's bars long XRP. You know what I mean? And that's their whole portfolio. They're like, oh, it's going to be the world standard. Do you get what I mean? XRP in 60 days, friends, did an 800% move. 60 days. 8x. Pop, pop. They didn't even tell you it was going to happen, right? Believe in something. Mario, are you this old? This is when Luna went to 0. I've got to remind you, why did Luna go to 0, friends? Because it didn't even go to 0. Like, it sucks. Like, Luna and HEX are the same percentage drawdown. Luna had an infinite inflation bug. But it's not really a bug. It was in the code. Okay, they said that was part of the Luna design philosophy, where they go, okay, well, if the currency goes down, we got to mint the tokens and we just sell into the bid, and then it death spiraled, right? Down 99%. So, friends, maybe in the future, HEX and PulseChain come back. Maybe. And everyone's going to say, hey, how did you know? How did you know it wasn't just another Luna? And I'll tell you, does Luna have multiple conferences per year? Maybe it does. I don't know. PulseChain does. PulseChain's got the PulseChain conference, HEX conference, PulseX conference. There's a community. Big community. There's still tattoos. There's people who still believe. Not even listed on exchanges yet. Richard Hart defeated the SEC. So then you can think, oh, well, if he defeated the SEC and his lawyers are confirmed the same lawyers as Donald Trump and Elon Musk, Quinn Emanuel, that's Quinn, Q-U-I-N-N, Emanuel, go look him up. Okay, and they actually reject people for money because they just want to have a high record. They took on Richard Hart and he beat the SEC already. So you just got to think, wow, the market is totally mispricing this. They think it's like a 1% chance of survival. It's more like 80%. And you might say, oh, but Somi, it should be 100%. Yeah, but friends, I'm talking a couple of normies here because they don't want certain... Friends, it doesn't even matter, dude. Even if there was just a 20% chance we're going to make it, we're still cheap, right? The market's giving you 1% chance. I think it's 20%. That's a 20x deviation. Here is Link. This account, friends, known pump and dumper, just takes undisclosed shill money, takes money for tokens. He was released in ZachXBT's scammer list that I exposed. He says, all you need is $2,400. So it just shows you bought 2,400, sold 164K. So yeah, that's really, yeah, but there's always usually an insider and stuff there. But not always. There are people who generally do this. They have skill. They can stalk wallets. Have they ever thought, though, what happens to your edge when privacy solutions start being made? Then you've lost the big bulk of the bull market. Keith, morale in crypto is down right now for many. But remember, you're only in this situation because you're stupid. See you next Tuesday. You have no one to blame but yourself. You know, well done, sir. Well done. Yeah, I'd like to talk to people differently like that. You're not stupid, friends. What do you mean stupid? Bro, we have lived through a 1 in 100 year event. Okay? We lived through it. It was the business cycle staying below 52 for 34 months in a row. Okay? Previous 10, previous 12, previous 6, previous, it went so bad it was a GFC and it actually made Bitcoin get made. Okay? So, see, this one was pretty bad, friends. This is the end of the tech bubble. But look at this. It recovered after 18 months. It had a big thrust and then it went down again. But by the way, this is friends. Yeah, you want to talk about the worst of the worst of the worst? That's out 34 months, actually. Wow, is that true? Let me just see this, friends. Wow, 34 months. Yeah, so we're way worse. We're way worse, right? Yeah, or just as bad, but 34 months, man. Bang. So we never even had a recovery up to 52. It just stayed dead. So look how far I have to go, friends. How long is this? This is only 14 months. How long was this one? 25 months. How long was this? 23 months. See, this was, friends, we're in 1979 now. Okay, this one was 14 months, and then it came back down, and then 18 months. So we're in 34 months. 34 months. Worst in crypto cycle so far. I don't think it's going to be that bad for a long, long, long time. I know it's kind of wild, but it's almost like you got to buy altcoins early next cycle, you know. But, you know, we'll see. Shout out to Tangent. Friends, you see this smiley face with the sweat emoji? Ivan's going to be posting that. We love you, Ivan. Ivan's going to be posting that when PulseChain pumps. Okay? And pDAI. Yeah. Everyone's going to be posting this. Look at this. Let's put a smiley face with open mouth and cold sweat. Yeah. You're like, ha ha ha, I'm happy for you. But like, you're long, right? You're long, right? You saw the 885 videos made for you, right? You saw the community and the conferences and the market mispricing this stuff, right? You saw it. No, it can't be. No. Don't tell me. Don't tell me, my lord. You're sidelined? Oh. That's what it's going to be like. CCIP tracker. This is for ChainLink. The first ever CCIP message has been sent from XDC to Ethereum. Cool. So you remember ChainLink, friends, it's I don't like to talk about it like in this way. It is world-changing technology. It really is. It's the new internet standard, and it actually is being adopted. It's chosen by Swift, chosen by everybody now. It hooks all the chains, public chains. It's funny. I saw someone talk about comparing HEX and ChainLink. Honestly, friend, no, there's no comparison. HEX is a token. It hands out yield into itself. That's it. ChainLink, they actually built a protocol standard. Sits in the middle. Everything connects into it. And instead of everybody hiring 50,000 developers to learn 500 chains, there's one token standard, just like the internet. So it's totally different, like comparing apples and oranges. I don't know about the prices upping and downing and pumping and dumping. I don't know, but like it's just there is no comparison out here. Like you're comparing, like HEX is a standalone store of value for the PulseChain community, if you will. But yeah, it's handing out yield into itself. ChainLink's actually got this CCIP, everything's cross bridging and everything together, and they have their own separate rails for stable coins and everything out here. So that's why it's CCIP, cross chain integrated protocol, whatever it stands for. But yeah, it's not even about the tech, friends. Like XRP is higher market cap than ChainLink by 10x. XRP is literally 10x bigger than ChainLink, and Swift literally chose ChainLink. Yeah, no ifs or buts. Everything's confirmed as ChainLink tech. They've actually chosen it. Doesn't matter. Right, I've even showed you the link XRP ratio based off market cap. It's 0.1. Okay, it's actually 0.09. Just showing you, like, yeah, man, look, this is funny, man. That's why it's not about the tech, man. It's about the community. So this thing needs 10x to flip XRP. That's why I'm still long link. Yeah, it'd be funny, but it's not about that, man. It's about the community. The community is the asset, right? But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Here I have my post here. Eric Wall is doing weekly updates on his Lady Hviid debt from PulseChain community. So it's actually true, friends. So here is Eric Wall. He wrote, "It's Monday." And then he's basically saying, like, pay my debt, pay my debt. Here's Lady Hviid. Here's Eric Wall. She's a trooper, actually, friends. She does a lot for the PulseChain community. Like, man, just read the comment section. Just the amount of bombs and slinging and stuff out here. No simping. No simping, friends. I'm just telling you, like, just... If it was a dude, like, I'll be giving a lot more praise. But, you know, I'm trying to, like, balance it. Remember, friends, even Andrew Tate's brother replies to her. Tristan, you know you want it. By the way, they're already in PulseChain. By the way, friends, remember, Andrew Tate, he's in the same league of James Wynn and Crypto Crappo. Okay, so not good traders, if you know what I mean. So you don't want him to be shitting PulseChain down here. Yeah. Hey, wouldn't it be funny if Andrew Tate got in a pDAI? That'd be so funny, man. Man, that would be so funny. Let's manifest it. Thank you, Lady Hviid. A long-term savings account for Hviid, since she puts everything else into HEX. I think we're going to have to gamble to kickstart it, though, so shill me your best dog shit, not HEX. So you received 100 DAI. He's actually, friends, updating this visual representation to pay off. There's $110,000 of total debt. So he's collecting it from Lady Hviid. Remember, friends, he also received Lady Hviid's lovely Crusty Underwear. Okay, this is Maria's underwear, disco pants, plus 15 agility, as part of the debt. Which kind of, why do we cover it, friends? It's entertaining, it's fun. Even Mr. Freedom here. Do other crypto communities have stuff like this going on, or are we just all nuts? They don't, man. They don't, friends. You should parade this stuff around. This makes it fun and exciting and engaging. You learn about people. You learn about the debt. It shows you there's a vibrant community here that's still growing, friends. And by the way, if you look at any other token foundation, they have to hand out the tokens to care, okay? Raoul Powell, who we love, he's getting paid by Pui. He's on the board. Athena, Arthur Gaze is getting paid tokens. And he dumps them, by the way, after bull posting it, literally within 24 hours. They're getting paid, man. And honestly, that's okay, okay? You get paid, it is okay. I'm noticing something, though. I'm like, dude, you got to get paid to shill this stuff? These people don't get paid. In fact, they're losing money and they're shilling it. There's value. But then you might say, okay, but when's the value going to show itself? When the business cycle goes up. There you go. Shout out to PTGC Maxi. Here is, oh man, those are withered away. Crusty Underwear. Look at that. PTGC, friends, is a big unicorn, euphoric burst of success on PulseChain as an up-only chart. I'll just show you it right now. So PTGC has done as much of a god run as you could possibly get. Everybody would love talking about this chart if it was their chart. You check it out on a log chart, friends. Literally just goes up and to the right. But what I'm going to do now, I'll show you the real chart. Look at the pulse ratio. It's super strong on the pulse ratio. But it's doing this chart. So I guess if you're holding it, what you want to see is this hold, I guess. That's what you want to see. You want to see, yes, you just keep moving the moving the chart. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I hope this holds. Okay, it's just triangles and stuff out here, right? So I guess this is what you'd want to see. You'd want to see it break up. It's just that many. It's done a god run of sorts. So you know. So good luck to everyone out there holding it. It is an alien super cycle as well. That's all. That's on PulseChain. Shout out to Stefan. It's not over. This is normal volatility. Scared money don't make money. Crypto Twitter being scared is a buy signal. Stack Richard Hart's Peppy. Yeah. So remember, friends, as well, the PumpTires. Okay, the Richard Hart coins, they share the same market cap network effect, as you can tell, because it's the same people swapping between each other. Like, oh, Rectum's now shilling his dog. Oh no, Soy Whale, is that Fire Soy is now got like a new Pikachu. You know what I mean? Like there's a new coin. People swapping around. It's shifting furniture in the house. You know what I mean? It's not making the house bigger. You know, it's splitting the pieces of the pie. Because we need the business cycle up to get people in the chain, you know? But then that's why these things are like super risky, because when people come in, do they want new coins? You know, because they really want to be early. That's why it exists there, right? That's why it exists there, right? It's kind of like when like politicians go and visit, let's say when they go to Monaco or whatever, and they're going to do like the, you know, the ECB stuff, like, you know, they're not bringing their wives with them on the private jet to stay in the hotel room. You know what I mean? They're calling someone else. They're just like, hey, I want someone new. You know what I mean? She can make me sandwiches. So it's the same thing when it comes to, it's red light district stuff. But we do have a fatigue with the Solana because no one believes in anything, bro. You know, like how hard are you going to meme? You meme, you know what I mean? So good luck to everyone, man. You have to get everyone's attention, especially like everything's a meme. Everything's a meme. But then you might say, oh, but Sammy, but what about that stupid coin, which we won't talk about? So stupid. This coin has dozens, hundreds of blockchain code pointing to it on the chain. You want to know? That's why it's different. To me, okay? You can sell it, you can fade it, I don't care. So pDAI, not poop die, pDAI. Some people say the PP version of DAI. This has many PulseChain Pioneer coding, PulseChain Layer 2. They're all pointing towards this. There's all these liquidity pools set up. I find it interesting, okay? That's the thing, friends. So there's a lot of soy boys. Even though you explain to them, you go, bro, I don't have all the answers. I don't claim to have all the answers. I don't know. I have to try figure this stuff out in the dark, just like everybody else. But I believe, okay? So just because I can't give you a story, I don't really care about it. You need the full story. Yeah, but that's why you're a cuck. That's why Richard Hart mined Bitcoin in 2011 and you didn't. He didn't know the story. There was no story. You get it? No, you don't get it. Most people don't get it. They have to see the higher prices to get it. You know, just like people needed to see Bitcoin at 100K to believe me that it was cheap at 3,000, you're going to need to see pDAI at 10 cents for you to actually believe that something was going on. So as far as I'm concerned, all these other meme coins, you've got to compete for meme coin network effect and attention. And, you know, I still believe in PokerChain. Okay, we still have them. This is first cycle unicorn, bro. You don't have hundreds of contract addresses and smart contract things that are pointing towards this. Okay? Now, what's going to happen from that? I don't know. I don't know. Believe a cycle. Here's this guy. So, Thread Guy explains why he's bullish on streamer coins. People want to buy crypto coins. There are a lot of mainstream people who launch the coin, but none of them come close to Mitch. How did this retard ever get a platform? That's what this guy is saying. So, I don't know. Friends, there might be like a streamer coin meta. There's celebrity coins all over again, dude. If celebrity coins don't work and PumpFun meme coin don't work, so it's not going to work. By the way, do you really want to hold the token where someone says, by the way, I'm not streaming next month, going on a holiday? Instantly down 90%. They go, see us, because you it's goldfish memory stuff. You know, it would be nice though. I would have experimented with something like that, where like, let's just see if the marketplace has this, where, you know, imagine YouTube had a platform where I could make a coin. It's like linked to my channel, and I just put a banner underneath here, you know, like hashtag Somi or dollar sign Somi, and then you could just buy it. But you'd be just, what are you speculating on? That I keep making videos? I don't know. You have to go shill it for me. Do people want that? Here's the thing, man. We all want that. But basically, what you want is what I want. You go, hey, let me in early before something big happens. But then you run into the same problems. What if I get like sick for 3 days? It's kind of funny. Like I set the bar so high. Like it'd be funny. It would be funny if we ever had a platform like that. And imagine like halfway through one of my videos, I like sneeze and I go, sorry guys, I think I'm getting a bit sick. And like as soon as I said that, people just start selling the coin because they're like pricing in me like being a bit sick and maybe I take a break. And then like the real believers and they go like, no, he's going to find a way to drug himself up and keep making videos, you bums. Oh, that'd be funny. What's it for? We're just trading network effect and mind chill all over again. It's just, you know. And then what? In the bear market, we all go to zero anyway. I know it's tough. It's tough. You really need something to believe in, friends. Check it out here. Richard Schiller. Hello, Cell Pressure.
Hello, Cell Pressure. How are you today? Whining and crying and complaining?
Well. Yes, we are. Business cycle taking forever. Fear is lying. How many X's are you looking to get from PulseChain? I got a feeling most people are going to be 25 to 100. Let's just put 100. There you go. There you go, friends. There you go. Almost 100x. Yeah. You know, we need 12x just to be break even against Bitcoin from 4.5 years ago. Shout out to Mr. Mogged Temps. Mog yourself to your highest. Mog on Mogged chain epitomizes this theory. Yes, you are getting a generational entry. Yeah, I love Mog on PulseChain. I love Mog on Ethereum. Mogged. One of my barbers also has Mog, right? Friends, it was so cute. He put in $500, and you know, friends, I promise you, it was, you know why he bought it? He literally went to the, you know, like the top 5 gainers of the day. He just saw it up the most. He bought it. Yeah, because he asked me one day. He goes, "You ever heard of Mog?" I go, "How do you?" Because he's got no crypto. He's got no crypto. I go, "How do you know about that?" And he told me, he goes, "I saw it up the most." And I go, and that was actually, friends, when Elon Musk, he put the Mog glasses on the Gork. It was that time. And I thought, interesting. I go, that must be one of the unicorn winners of this cycle. Well, we already knew that, by the way. Mog is extremely powerful. It's a creation. It's on Ethereum and stuff out here. Also on PulseChain. So, yeah, but it's tough, friends. You know, it's the games. Nothing keeps a fucking bid, bro. Nothing keeps a bid. You know what I mean? It's just, it is what it is. Shout out to Mr. Shill Gates. PulseChain is the only chain with holders committed enough to lock their coins for 15 years. Very true. Very true. And this is the real cult. This is the real cult, dude. Now, you might call them stupid. You might say, like, friends, like even TamTam shared a post earlier. TamTam, we love TamTam from PulseChain HEX community. TamTam, she made a post, and her first 2 paragraphs are striking. She said, "I put all my 401k savings, life savings, into HEX near the top of the last bull market," you know? But then she says, you know, this is a training moment because I believe in Richard Hart and the vision and everything long-term and stuff out here, right? So, you know, you're not meant to look at these people and say, oh, stupid or dumb, because if you do that, you are no different to the economists calling Bitcoin holders just a bunch of pedophiles and drug cartel launderers in 2012. You're no different to them, okay? crypto is valued like a network. Yes. So if you see a network there, if you see a country of people that, for example, friends, you might be, let's say you're Jewish. Let's say you're an actual Jew, you're Jewish, and let's say you're a Chinese Jew. Okay? You're Chinese, you're Jewish, you have no interest in living in Dubai. Okay? Would you like to buy Dubai for $10? Bet you would. Right? But Dubai has nothing for you. Right? So they got Sharia law and stuff. Right? They don't have it in Dubai. I'm just joking. But you know what I mean? But like, you know, like you're a Jewish dude, you want to live in rural China. So you're like, oh, I don't really want to live there. And you're in rural China. There's a lot of grass. No grass in Dubai. No hashish. No grass, friends. It's, you know what I mean? It's middle of a desert. So that you don't want to live there. Culturally, you don't fit there. You know what I mean? But would you like to buy it for $10? Yes, you would. Because you know there's a network of people that live in the city. Okay, so if you just have that mindset when you see crypto, you'll be able to see value everywhere. The problem is what people do is, okay, it's football jerseys, okay? Because like people come and they go, oh, I think those football team fanatics are too stupid, right? That's why, friends, wouldn't you like to buy XRP for 2 cents? Yeah. Yeah, of course you would. But only because it's now what? It hit $3. That's why. Yeah, but there are people who bought it at 2 cents. There's people who bought it still at 40 cents. Right? Well, it's the same thing with HEX. If I just print HEX at 25 cents, everyone in crypto, every single mainstream KOL, show me, how did you know? PulseChain conference, PulseX conference, HEX conference, survived minus 99%, HEX tattoos, PulseChain tattoos, growing network effect, still daily users, the only coin in crypto that locks their money up for 15 years, the founder has a self-help book. The founder beat the SEC. The founder has the same lawyers as Richard, as Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Go to Twitter. Say bad stuff about HEX. They'll come and they'll show you all their engagement. Tick, 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 tick. 10 ticks down the page. There's your answer. Did you buy it? No. Why? Because you buy high, not low. There you go. Look at this culture on PulseChain. Shout out to Mr. MoJuice. In 4 weeks, the gopher economy has achieved 1,838, I think this is Chia volume, in 19,400 transactions. Go for me. Mr. President, the gopher economy is booming. So, notice, friends, look, the mogul glasses are here. The mogul glasses are there. All of these. I know, friends, there's a lot of controversy. You know, is Tangang going to go to Chia? Send the price high enough, everyone's coming back. Just a matter of time before that business cycle returns. Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you soon.